Hi, welcome back to my channel. So I was making a video in my garden at my dock, and I wanted to have one video, but my data it cut off my video and it said data is full, so I had to delete some videos, some apps that I wasn't using anymore. I'm hoping this time that I don't get cut off again, that it's enough. But okay, so welcome back, or maybe welcome on my channel. I'm going to extend my previous talk at my dock, and today we're gonna take a walk for it. So I'm here at the lake in where I live, in the green heart of the Netherlands. So I'm sorry to say that we have misty and gray weather, but yeah, we'll deal with it. So this talk is in part 2 of personal power, and I was in the mode of how to find it, how to claim it, and when you might lose it, how to reclaim it. So, and I ended with a personal experience that I said, like, certain themes in your life tend to repeat itself for learning on this healing journey. Yay! So one of mine is codependency, and I deal with that both of course, the mirror, like take a look at yourself and what you can do about it, but also repeating patterns of other persons that came into my life and also exited my life. So sometimes with connections you equally learn some lessons, or it's better to go your separate ways, you know. So but there's always, and I said this in a post of mine, you know, in each connection, almost each experience that you have, there are both blessings in it and lessons in it. So if we're looking at personal power, here you also have like the good and the bad, and the positive and the negative. And I wanted to give a perspective on something that might help you in your healing to reclaim your personal power and shift the focus back to yourself. So it's okay, you know, to have, we all need connections, you know, we're human, you know, we like friends and community and those kind of things, you know, work, that comes, some things that, you know, you're whole in yourself alone if you work on your healing enough, but we also need each other, So if you're looking at positive things of aspects in other people or experiences you have, what we like. Okay, wait, I also wanted to state here, very important around personal power, that I don't know who this quote is from, but learn in life that there's a difference between connection and attachment. So connection is beneficial for both parties, so both people, whatever it is you're investing time, effort, whatever in, it gives power. But attachment sucks the life out of you, and I'm gonna share that quote as a post on my channel. So keep that in mind. So in the positive, what you like about someone else or admire or even when we come to love things, it's a whisper of your soul. And then that's the a bit of the selfish aspect of looking in the positive. You like that for a certain reason, because it's your soul like wanting to, I want that too, and not in the I own that, or or you have to copy somebody else, but there is a lesson in it for you. Why do you like that? And is it something you can learn from the other person and maybe cultivate in yourself to do? So it's like breadcrumbs on your path. And also the same when it comes to love connections. We tend to also, that's also fun, fall in love with the aspect of our parents. And most of the time, if we're not conscious enough of it, so we tend to also want to fix our karma or the love that we didn't get from our parents in the relationship. And it's a tough thing to learn in a lifetime and work on together. And healing both each separately inside themselves, because nobody can do it for you, but also if you want a long-lasting relationship, maybe for the whole lifetime or for a long period, then that's important, and it's not easy. So in the positive, it's for spiritual growth, and in the negative, what we dislike or what annoys us, or maybe even grow resentment in or hate, it's not really a lot about the other person. It's a lot about you, what is going on inside you and what is it teaching you. So I'm also going to share this as a post, because if you look at feelings, and they also call it emotions, in my perspective, you have feelings internally, and emotions are, I think it's more when you start to really act on those feelings, and it can be in the positive way or in the negative way, that you emote. So, but it does hold a deeper message for you. And let's take for example heartbreak. When that happens, whoo, there comes the roller coaster of missing certain aspects and things and experiences, but also regretting, like because you don't want to have those feelings anymore because it's over. So you start resenting and maybe become angry, maybe even turns to hate. And in that experience, I can tell you the best thing, and I know it takes time, but the best thing you can do is flip it around, because you can't control anything outside of you, but you can control what is in you and what can you learn from it or do with it. That's the fastest way to take back your personal power in such a situation. So look at what you could cultivate for yourself to accelerate your healing from such a, because man, some people out here, and I understand it, we've all been through heartbreak. I think anyone can relate. So some people are like so attached, and they're like the one who got away, and they're like miserable almost their whole life because of that certain person and the situation that we're in. And that's projection, because they keep going outwards, That's giving away your power. And what you also see, and if people don't learn their lessons, they jump into another relationship, and then after the honeymoon phase, same shit, different person. And maybe a lot, or I can almost say for sure, a lot of the times 3 times worse. Because, each time there's like certain timelines that you're on, and then like your higher selves that made agreements with other, like if she doesn't learn this lesson here, she's going to meet that person or get into that situation, and let's amp up the difficulty level, so maybe this time it won't take her a year. So be mindful of that also. Self-inquiry is important. Know thyself. What was it? Aristotle who said that? Know thyself. And reclaim your personal power. Because if you don't, something or someone else will. So, in the negative, try look at. So don't fight your feelings. Be careful what you emote, because you might regret it later. Hold your tongue in anger. Okay, because there's some things you sometimes say and do you can't take back. You have to live with that. But that's okay, no? And turn it around. What is this teaching me? What is my soul wanting? So for example, let's say, so the positive is admiration. I admire that this person did XYZ and accomplished XYZ in his or her life. Negative polarity, I'm jealous. And I'm so miserable, actually, in my own life, that I'm like, it's eating me in from the inside. And I'm projecting onto this person like, I don't think you know. And people create their own reality bubble. And the stories they have and the beliefs in there, it's totally real for them at times. And you're just looking like, what did I do? what did I do? Or just, and then, but jealousy or admiration, jealousy is telling you, this is something that I would like to do or accomplish. And maybe not in the same way, but in a, so that's the personal power in it. And if you have negative feelings, negative emotions, that's fine. Embrace it, sit with it. Don't do what I do. Drink it away, start projecting on the world. Oh man, I made all the mistakes. That's why I'm here on my channel, trying to, do some good with it. All my mistakes are all out in the open. You can have them. Hope you learn faster than I do from it. So, personal power, I believe also, if you look at the map of consciousness, I was looking at the words and what is the vibration that something is on. And we all go, ooh. Sometimes you have to drop very low, because it's in the greater plan that you learn so much from it that you accelerate higher even faster than if you didn't have that negative experience or feeling or whatever. I said it before, sometimes you learn the biggest lessons from the most important lessons from your biggest mistakes. So, looking at the map of consciousness and personal power is of course in the higher vibrations, what we would like, but that's not what polarity integrators do here. All the love and light. Sometimes a lot of us are also there's also an aspect on this planet that go deep into the dark. deep into hell at times, hell states. And focused on shadow work instead of, we all do shadow work, but sometimes if it's a large part of your mission, yeah, not everybody is cut out for that kind of work. So I'm missing a bit on the map of consciousness that authenticity, being authentic, that's hard to do in a world on prison planet with collective consciousness pushing you, people in your surroundings, you being afraid to do certain kind of things. Authenticity. I can tell you also what I wanted to say in this talk with personal power, finding the golden nuggets in this, and they call it, there are multiple names for it: polarity and integration, shadow work. I've seen a teacher talk about alchemy also. But I've seen a teacher talk about star stepping, and I related a lot to that because, and I'm gonna quote, and I don't know who this is from, but the people that don't believe in magic will never find it. And I can tell you, I've had experience in my life that I know a bit of and it's even bigger than manifesting, The higher forces in this world that are here to help you, they love courage. They love I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. And then you start a bit with manifesting, and you start taking action with positive intent and with vision. And it starts small, but there are things in your path that I don't know if you can relate to this, I hope so, that you were just like, I don't know how this came into my life, but I knew I was like, I took action and I started doing a bit, and then before I knew it, it blew up in a positive way. So in an experience, I can say I had in my Saturn return, and I've been in it too long. I can tell you that also. I feel right now I should have learned the lesson a while ago, but it's okay. I'm here now. What can I do? So, but back then I made a decision, and I was like, dang, I'm so done. And I packed all my bags, and I did that on my 17th. Also, when I moved out my parental home, I was like, F this. And I took all my and I left a lot behind also. So that's also what the universe, God, positive powers like, because they want you to drop certain things because everything holds energy, And you're like, or with a relationship, you're like, I'm so done. I don't know. I don't care. I'm taking my backpack and I'm moving out, and I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm done here. Hi. And I can tell you that happened a few times in my life, and every time the next chapter with doing some work, but it always got better. I got funding from places that I was like, whoa, why? I got a new home. That was like, whoa, okay. I moved out from a little room to like a whole apartment for myself. With jobs, I quit there, because you can feel it on the energy that your soul is like, okay, thank you, next chapter. And you're fearful and anxious because that's like when everything's going to want you to change and it's new, you're like a bit resistance. But once you do, and you know, and I'm 33 by now, I can tell you, then you learn, like, you start to grow in faith, you know. You start to grow in believing in higher purpose and following your own path and tuning out other people and seeing through also manipulations of people that say, I love you and whatever, you know, we're friends. But something is like inside you, your gut is like, something's off. And I can tell you, if you're doubting a bit and something feels off, it probably is. People are selfish. And that's okay too, because you come alone, you go alone. Kinda. But I think you know what I mean. If you're looking at personal power, nobody's going to do it for you. And I believe this year, also keep this in mind that I said it. You're going to know what is being asked of you, and you're also going to see the ones that are truly working on themselves and truly having the courage, bravery, taking certain steps. You're also going to see what you leave behind, or people that you know but you're like, okay, whatever, learn your own lesson in your own timing. The weight is gonna get heavy, heavy, and it's going to hurt a lot. And people are going to be confused, like, why? And they're also gonna project a lot. So be prepared for that. There's going to be, they call it separation, a separation that's going to take place this year. Accept it, and accept that other people might not accept it. Take it as it comes, okay? So that's really gonna happen. And a lot of people are going to repeat it. That's fine, you know, but don't get sucked into it. Personal power, very important. Integrity, authenticity, not following what anybody else is saying that you should do. You know, and work together with people. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you notice deja vu and having the same conversations over and over again, and reclaim your personal power and find the lesson, find the golden nuggets in it, what you can learn from it, because everything will also teach you what you want and what you don't want, and what you would be wise to prevent in the future, you know. Not everybody lives. Some people just grow older and don't really grow up, and you know, and some people really become bitter and complain all the time. And be mindful with personal power. Who you surround yourself with has a lot of impact. And you know, coming back to what I said, you know, difference between connection and attachment. If you start feeling drained by someone and you notice then you're looking, you know, like, oh, I have to be in contact with this person again. Or the phone rings and you get anxiety or a dreadful feeling, more like, oh, I don't want to pick up. And or when you place a boundary with a person and then they keep waltzing over it time after time, you know, sometimes it's like best to just go separate ways, you know. But yeah, it's hard to see, and I'm a reflector, And in my being here, I learned already, you know, I get projections a lot, and that's both positive and also can become negative, because being praised all the time isn't all that fun. Actually, if someone is really like almost in desperate mode, like, oh, I'm so proud, blah blah blah, and you should be, oh, that's so great that you overcame this in your life. Yeah, okay, blah blah, right, that was then. No, sometimes you really want to have like a clean slate, like start over. Okay, keep the lessons, but okay, on to the next level. Some people want to keep you in the old, and also with those types of connections, they're all fun and nice until you don't do what they want. Then it flips very fast, you know. And I've been guilty of this myself too, but I've been knocked down in my life so many times, and I've had repeating things, and you know, I'm at the verge of taking a step that's giving me not only the star stepping but a quantum leap.